Hello YouTube, this is DX Crafts here once again. I'm trying to do a quick little video as a VR response to Mr. PaladinPiper. Tomorrow is April 1st, meaning it is the beginning of his annual Codger challenge. And this year I am competing in it. And this is my entry for the challenge. So I don't, hopefully everything goes well. Housekeeping out of the way, I have my Dunhill Author, the shape 4129. It's a beautiful little pipe. I don't smoke it that often, but you know, we're going to smoke it on the eve of the challenge. But in it, I have some Cornell and Deal pirate cake. This is the one I opened the other night. If you're keeping up with my posts, this is the one from 2018. And I will say, the aging on this blend really has smoothed it out so much. It's not as harsh as the fresh stuff is. Very, very smooth, but it still has that really smoky, full flavor to it, which is why I thought it was beneficial for this blend that I wanted to make. So a little bit of backstory. I have a couple of tins of this pirate cake. Two tins. So I had this one from 2018, and I had another one from 2017, which I bought back when the whole FDA scare was going on. So I have this stuff, and I popped it open because I wanted to mix it with another classic Codger blend. Recently, like last month, I bought several bulk batch blends of old Codger stuff. Like I have Mixture 79, Field and Stream, which I've fallen in love with very much. And then one of the other blends was this Flying Dutchman, which was a very popular blend back in its day. Now, Flying Dutchman is an aromatic of Burley's, Virginia's, and Cavendish. And it's a pretty decent blend, but I felt it wanted a little bit of a kick to it. So I decided to add the pirate cake, which is mostly Latakia and Turkish. And here we have our blend. And I decided to name this blend Black Pearl. And for those of you who don't get that reference, Black Pearl was the name of Jack Sparrow's ship in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, which I thought it was appropriate for, you know, Flying Dutchman, Black Pearl. Historically, two ships that may or may not have existed. Ancient pirate lore and stuff like that. So let's get on. Okay, so I've talked about the blend that I'm going to be smoking, and I've had it. It's a very nice, smooth blend. It gives the Flying Dutchman that little bit of kick that it needed, but also smooths out and just mellows the smokiness of the Latakia of pirate cake. Which this stuff is very smooth. At least this aged stuff is. Now, I think the most difficult part of this challenge for me was picking out the 4 pipes that I needed to use. And I had several ideas for a theme, because, you know, I want to have a theme for this. And originally, you know, I would have had like Great American, the American brands, Dr. Grable, K. Woody, Medico, Missouri Meerschaum. But unfortunately, I don't really have a K. Woody aside from Church Warden. And that was another option too, just 4 Wardens, which I have each of them. But I kind of don't want to try that yet. Maybe if he does it again next year, I'll do the Warden challenge. But instead, I decided to do Codgers from around the world, going from in this circle, going west to east and back again, because I didn't really have enough pipes, or at least enough knowledge, so say, to do it kind of a way I wanted to do it. But I'll show you what I got. So here's what I came up with, my 4 pipes. The first pipe is the Grable Big Pipe, which is in my rotation. I let it sit for a while, and it's time to bring it back. This is became one of my favorite pipes, and it is heavily used in my rotation. When I first cleaned it up, I was literally smoking this pipe maybe about twice a week. So I let it sit. Now it's time to whip it back out, and she's going in the challenge. Now for the second pipe in the challenge, decided to go all the way to the far, far, far east, the Eastern Hemisphere, the Eastern Bloc. And we're going to be using this pipe. This is a Soviet-era Java pipe made in Moscow. Very, very... The build on this pipe is actually very interesting. Very rugged. Clunky, but it's a good smoking pipe. I've only smoked it a few times, but they've been pretty interesting smokes. And into the history of Java, the brand that made this pipe, this was the go-to for majority of pipe smokers in the Soviet Union at the time. So, very nice, big, heavy, chunky pipe that we're also throwing into the ring. Coming back a little bit from that far eastern hemisphere, we're going to make a little detour to South Africa. So I'm throwing in the Codger pipe, which is a very interesting system in itself. The aluminum well, military mount. The history of the Codger pipe is these were made in England, specifically exported to South Africa, designed for the farmers and the working class of South Africa. This is what most of them would have been smoking in that time period. And the Codger pipes are very popular in that region. Rugged, durable, Codger. And coming back to the US, but with a bit of a twist, with some Middle Eastern influence. I'm throwing in the Medico Meerschaum. This is a pipe I bought recently. I've only smoked about 2 bowls in it, but I want to get to know it more. And hopefully I'll get attached to it by the end of the challenge. Beautiful pipe. Very interesting system as well. Everything is kind of backwards on this pipe. It has this sort of evaporator system on the inside. It's a tube runs all the way through the shank into the bowl. And there's some flaws with that. It does tend to heat up a little bit more. But the smoke is pretty decent. And I want to get to know this pipe more. So, see, we've picked up a little bit of flair coming back to the US with this Medico. So, yeah, those are the 4 pipes for the challenge. I want to wish everybody luck. All the people who have entered. Hope you all have a great time doing this challenge, and thank you again, Paladin Piper. Back when I first joined the YTPC, back in 2014, 2015, that time period, there was so many challenges and things going on in the community, whether it be VR responses, contests, giveaways, box passes, and a lot of that sort of died down a little bit. But I'm glad that you're bringing back this type of challenge, this type of contest for everybody to try and compete and get involved with again, and really just brings back to the good old days of the community. So I appreciate that so much. One last thing I forgot to mention, how I will be doing these videos. So I've decided on sort of doing like a shorts, pretty much. I'm going to be uploading every maybe 2 or 3 days, every other day, because one of the stipulations of the contest is that all your pipes have to have been smoked at least twice in video form. So I'll keep it updated. Like I said, it's probably going to be like a little bit of a shorts thing, like say day such and such, smoking whatever pipe, and you know what's going on, sort of like a vlog style. So stay tuned for those videos coming up. Anyway, I think that's it, and farewell for now.